With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, NEXTGEN Racing L.E.C Company Xfinity Series fires things off for race number 15 in the 16-round regular season here at Watkins Glen. This 2.5-mile track gonna give these drivers a little bit of a fit, turning left and right, and these tough to handle Xfinity Series machines. You can hear drivers already on the track in this 10-minute qualifying session. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls for the NEXTGEN Racing L.E.C Company Xfinity Series chase grid beginning to take shape, beginning to take form. Just 2 more races before we will set things off for that championship run. I tell you, while we have a few of these drivers out there turning in some time lapse, why don't we go ahead and throw that qualifying chart up there for you. As soon as drivers do turn in those lap times, you will see them appear on the left-hand side of your screen. While we wait for that, why don't we go ahead and run down your official championship point standings coming into tonight's race at the Glen. That's right, the Snare Dare 40 presented by TCG. And for some reason, that is not the correct point standings. We'll get it right. There you go. Well, that's very interesting. Wonder why that is even being... Craziness. That is not the point standings at all. We'll have to check in why that is going on and what's going on with that. But nonetheless, Steve Baker leading the championship point standings coming into tonight's race. He has himself a 47-point advantage over Dustin Ping, Troy Radford, Katie Osmond, Travis Smith round out your top 5 in the point standings coming into tonight's race. We'll see if we can't get those overall point standings corrected and fixed, working on the screen for you. It looks like we may have gotten that worked out. We'll try to run that down to you one more time. And no, once again, it is still not acting right. So I tell you what, we'll tackle this horse another way. How about that? What do you say? Let's try to go at it one more time here. Let's see if we can get it right this time around. No, looks like it is just not wanting to cooperate here tonight. Not sure what that is all about. Jeffrey Vandervoort gonna go top of the speed charts. Quick time, 1:14.73. That's gonna mirror what he was running in happy hour. So Vandervoort, one of those road course ringers here in the NEXTGEN Racing L.E.C Company Xfinity Series. Black Hawk Pole Award on the line. Can Vandervoort put that in his back pocket? Just about 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying for these drivers, so it doesn't look like anybody's really going to dethrone him. We do have multiple drivers still out there on a time lap, but they will be disallowed. Jeff Styles, Tyler Hilton, looks like he's just going to get his time in. Jeff Styles, Thomas Light, Craig Lerman, Brendan Medford out there on the track, but I don't believe their times will count. Those drivers are going to have to end their laps and head to pit lane, jump out for pre-race inspection, hit the drivers' meeting, and hit the starting grid. Trying to see what's going on with that point standings. Not quite really sure about that, but there is a 3-way tie back there for that 10th position. Roy High, Dustin German, and Brian Littleton all knotted up with 394 points on the season, 139 points back of your championship leader, Steve Baker. And looking through the field, I do not see, I don't believe any of those drivers are going to have to look to see if Dustin German is out there looking through, and I don't believe Dustin German has made the trip to the Glen either, so those 3 drivers going to stay knotted up. But what's that going to mean for the drivers packed up right behind them, especially with this being race number 15 out of the 16 rounds in the regular season? Points on the line for some of these chase drivers on the outside looking in. We'll get to some of that here in just a few moments as well, as it looks like most of the drivers have turned in their time lapse. Jeffrey Vandervoort goes top of the speed charts. Quick time with the Blackhawk Polo Award here tonight. Vandervoort with a 1:14.73. Dustin Ping, Nathan Bishop, Mitchell Snare, and Chris Berg round out your top 5. And well, with qualifying already in the books and already done and over with, we're going to set things up for your pre-race starting grid, the national anthem. We're going to head to a brief commercial break, then head down trackside. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
drivers making their way through final pre-race inspection. Looks like we're only waiting on a handful to make their way to the starting grid. Things gonna get quite hot and heavy here in just a few moments, I can assure you that. You can hear those familiar sounds in the background. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Snare Dare 40 right here on the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series at the Glen. Walking away with the Black Hawk Motorsports Polo Award. Quick time in qualifying 1:14.73 for that 72 of Jeffrey Vandervoort. Dustin Ping gonna line up just to his outside in row number 1. Nathan Bishop, Mitchell Snare right there in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, the 67 of Chris Berg. King of Kendall Lebron. Gordon Larson Jr. and Brian Snare making up row number 8, row number 9 here tonight. The 8 of Hunter Tate, Adam Hammerdown Motorsports, Falcon Motorsports' very own Tyler Hilton gonna round out your top 10. Back the 11th spot here tonight, you can find the 48 of Jimmy Hedrick just to his outside. The 98 of Thomas Light. Inside row number 7, the 41 of Matthew McDeacon, followed by the 6 of Eric Blount. Robert Liedel right there, 13 machine gonna slot in at 15 starting position. 16 on the grid here tonight, the 83 of Brandon Medford. Row number 9 tonight, the 30 of Robert Hedrick, followed by the 2 of Christopher Spencer, Ryan Wilson, Craig Lehrman making up row number 10. Row 11 here tonight, the 85 of Jeff Stiles, followed by that 84 of Chris Medford. The Iron Man, Damon Cox, going to put his 57 machine in the 23rd starting position. Todd Willis, 14 just to his outside, 10 was Gary Bradford. And Ray Bradford round out the field here tonight for the Snare Dare 40. From the Watkins Glen, upstate New York. What a beautiful place to hold a race. Racetrack sold out for the past few years. And man, I can tell you why. It is an absolute show. Looks like Jeffrey Vandervoort missing the starting grid. He's going to start from the interesting. No watch to see. That 72 does get out on the track. And if he's able to make his way up through this field, that's going to move everybody on that inside lane. Outside lane. Now you look at up one more row. iRacing pace car down and away. We're ready to go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight. Flag in the air. We're going. Interesting. Looks like we may have to get rid of the timing score for just a brief moment, folks. We do apologize. It's about a second or two. Nonetheless, driver still side by side looking for positions as Dustin Bing. He sets sail on the field. Everybody follows through. No trouble yet so far here tonight. Everybody following that one of Dustin Ping. Looks like Jeffrey Vandervoort was able to get out on track. He's already up to 23rd. Making a handful of passes already here, looking into turn. I believe this is, I call it turn number, I believe that's 9 for me. Let's see, 1, and then we'll call him out here. Let's get some graphics, timing, and scoring up there. Oh, now we're on that lap number 0. Looks like a little bit of technical issues with the timing and scoring here. Says lap number 1 on the board. I believe we are on lap number 2. Actually, looks like timing scoring going a little bit haywire here tonight. We're trying to work that thing out. No, looks like indeed they're going to say we're still on lap number 1. So we're just going to roll with it here tonight. Leave it as it is. We'll throw that timing and scoring up there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do right here in the booth. Dustin Ping is still leading Mitchell Snare. Kendall Lebron getting by Todd Willis for 21st. Tyler Hilton with a pass on Thomas Light for the 10th position. We'll jump around the track a little bit now and get some of these battles. There you see that 82 of Tyler Hilton stuck on the outside. Thomas Light just to his inside. Jimmy Hetrick not too far off of them, and that Ally 48. And Hetrick going to make a move on Thomas Light. Take that 11th position away. Up in turn number 1 right there. Looks like Ryan Wilson has had some trouble. Hetrick goes off track for just a brief moment. They're going to gather it up, stay tucked up, nose to tail. There you can see that 13 of Robert Liedel. He's struggling up through the uphill chicane. 2-3 wide almost through the chicane. Oh my goodness, this is a hot and heavy battle. Stay right here. Chris Medford, Jeff Styles, they're all mixing it up. Going down the long backstretch into the bus stop chicane. Everybody on the brakes. Nobody gets sent just yet. Everybody stays heading in the right direction. And how about Jeffrey Vandervoort in that 72 machine? Already now up inside the top 20. He started from pit lane. Already now up to 18. I'm going to back away from the track just a little bit, give you a look from some of the views the fans have here around Watkins Glen International Raceway. A beautiful race facility, has been sold out multiple years in a row now. And there you can see one off-track excursion from Jeff Styles. He's going to bring that 85 machine back onto the asphalt, and that's the trouble here with no full course cautions at these road courses. If you mess up, you have a mishap, it can spell some big-time trouble. Looks like Matthew McMeekin has had some issues as well down there in turn number 1. McMeekin falling through the field now. There you can see that 41 wounded, making his way into the uphill chicane. He's going to get overtaken by Robert Liedel on his way up through the chicane. Not a lot of tight battles. This is one of the closest ones. We'll take a look at this as Jeffrey Vandervoort outbreaks Brandon Medford into the bus stop chicane. Put Vandervoort now to 15th, and he is run up right there on a big gaggle of cars. So we're going to stay right here because this is where all the action is going to be at, as a fast Vandervoort who walked away with the pole award here tonight, making his way up through this field, already now to 14. A lot of incidents on the track. All of these drivers able to really keep it on the asphalt, really able to control the pace so far here tonight. Big time shout out to all the drivers out there tonight, able to keep it in between the lines. I went out there in the next gen turn 3 cutaway car, and well, let's just say I needed a backup before I got back around. I'm just gonna leave it there. Ooh, close moment to that guardrail. That could have ended the night right there. No fast repairs here. And it looks like we've got some fireworks going on outside the track as well. Vandervoort right there in that 72 Miller genuine draft machine. He's trying to get up inside the top 10. Knocking on the door already, sitting in 12th now. Chris Medford, Robert Hetrick just off in front of him. Mitchell Snare in that 73, though, he has absolutely stepped away. Eric Blount has an off-track excursion. Gary Ragland with some trouble. Let's check, see what happened with Ragland. There you can see Raglan just getting a little bit loose back end coming around, and that's all she wrote. He'll get it righted, heading back in the right direction. We stay green flag racing, and that's what I was alluding to just a few moments ago out there, race fans, is these drivers not having those full course cautions, so you've got to be on it every single lap, every single corner. And if you think some of them are out here on a Sunday drive, I'll tell you what, let's go on board cockpit camera here with that 72 of Jeffrey Vandervoort trying to get by the 84 of Chris Medford. He has been working over that Ford Mustang for the past 4 laps or so, hasn't been able to get by him, has got to this 10th position and kind of just stalled out here. Of Ryan Wilson already being scored multiple laps down here tonight. Damon Cox also multiple laps down here after an off-track excursion ended badly for that 57. He's got a lot of damage to fix before he can get back out on track. We'll see when he can rejoin the field. Lap number 7 now underway with Mitchell Snare, the 43, as your race leader. We'll jump outside of the car once again and back up at the front. Let's take a look at Snare, as I believe that is the 11 of Gary Raglan that he is getting ready to put down 1 lap. 43 mixing up the paint. Used to seeing that familiar petty blue on the side, but not there tonight. Close battle now underway, 2nd and 3rd on the speedway. Nathan Bishop looking to take a position away from Dustin Ping. Ping trying to hang strong and hang right there without losing any time. Little bit of a twitch there that time through the uphill chicane for Ping. He stays right there in line. Chris Berg not too far off of them there. You can see that 67. He's going to hit this backstretch and head into that bus stop chicane for yet another time. Robert Hetrick with some trouble. Matthew McMeekin caught up involved. It looks like Kendall Lebron has had some trouble here tonight as well. Tell you what, let's go back, see what happened with Hetrick. Oh, and just on the brakes, and the car comes around. Got too much, brake bias too much in one direction. Robert Hetrick trying to get the car righted, and another car comes in. I bet you that's where that 41 of Matthew McMeekin gets caught up and involved. There you can see trying to come back up on track, and there's Kendall Lebron. He gets caught up and turned around in this mischief. You can see the graphic across the bottom of your screen. Help us with the push to 2,000 subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your family if they're not already part of the Turn 3 posse to go ahead. Come on over here. Drop a thumbs up to these drivers. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And why don't you go ahead, stop on by, pick up one of our summer edition koozies. Keep yourself cool, looking cool with some of the Turn 3 gear. Can't wait to get down to the lake, jet ski, use that koozie. Oh yeah, gonna stay nice and cool out on the water. Speaking of nice and cool, staying cool at the front of this field, this man right here has himself almost an 8-second advantage over the field. Mitchell Snare in the 43 machine down into turn number 1 with nobody behind him. Ryan Wilson with yet another off-track excursion battle. On track right now is for second and third. Nathan Bishop, Dustin Ping continue to go after it. Side-by-side battles for a brief moment. Now Ping starting to fall back into the clutches of Chris Berg. Berg closing into just 1 second behind. Begin to jump around the track just a little bit, see some of the battles that are going on out there. Do want to mention once again, Jeffrey Vandervoort started from pit lane, and you can see him right there knocking on the door of a top 5 already here as we are on lap number 11 out of the 40 scheduled in tonight's Snare Dare 40 right here from Watkins Glen International Raceway. Too wide, doubled up, some back markers mixed in and peppered throughout this field. There you can see that 57 He's going to pull to the right side of the track, let the drivers by. Second, third, fourth, all lined up on the track. Whoa, Ping goes a little bit wide. Berg goes wide as well. And as you see, drivers on the outside looking in tonight. Dustin Ping, he is running well, so that's going to bode well for his championship hopes and dreams. Christopher Medford also trying to help out his call. Looks like Chris is not too far outside of a top 5. Medford running in the 9th position. Brian Littleton, Snare running well. Littleton not here. Jimmy Hetrick having a good run as well. Michael Snare on the outside looking in. Mitchell Snare, I apologize, on the outside looking in, having a great race leading the field here. And Hunter Tate, well, Tate's, he's a little bit off the pace. Still sitting inside the top 5, so the cream rising to the top. The drivers on the outside looking in are doing everything they can to help their championship hopes and dreams stay alive. Chris Berg was able to get by Dustin Ping last time around the Speedway. That's really going to hurt Brian Littleton as far as his chase standings are concerned. Not at the track here tonight, also not here. Most of Dirty Air Racing looks like they were not able to make the trip up here to Watkins Glen International Raceway. We'll have to see what's went on back at the headquarters. Maybe a logistics issue why they weren't able to get here, but it doesn't look like we have a soul from Dirty Air here at the track. A few of the drivers from Dirty Air Racing already locked into the championship chase. Brian Littleton on the outside looking in, but Roy Hyde, Travis Smith, both locked in to the championship chase already. Jimmy Hetrick trying to go by the 11 of Gary Ragland. Ragland already scored off of the lead lap. Sitting back in the 23rd position, down one lap. things beginning to calm themselves down as we begin to reach that halfway point here tonight. And if you haven't already, race fans, drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side as we begin the run to crown a season champion. That's right, we still got a ways to go. Next week, going to end the regular season out on the West Coast, so we're going to go from one coast to the other. Here on the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series, going to head all the way to Auto Club Speedway for the Surfin' 100. Set this stage for the championship run. It is going to be quite a battle. I can guarantee you Auto Club plays in the wheelhouse of a lot of the drivers throughout this entire series. So look for Auto Club to be a hot and heavy battle as well. Still have battles out there on the track tonight as we have begun to see some of them dissipate and drivers slowly gap themselves after capitalizing on mistakes or having some mistakes themselves. Jimmy Hendrick, Craig Learman going at it 11th and 12th on the speedway. Hendrick able to keep himself in front of Learman, and as they have battled that 83 Ford Mustang piloted by Brandon Medford. Medford started to close in just a little bit, and how about this battle going on up around that second position as well? Go up here, check this one out. Chris Berg has closed in on Nathan Bishop. Neither one have been able to get up there and battle for that top spot with Mitchell Snare. He is kind of just checked out on this field. Gonna stick here with this battle for just a few brief moments. Back across the line, just 25 to go here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway for the Snare Dare 40 presented by TCG. Right here at Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Tell you what, we haven't got close to the track. Why don't we get a little bit closer, get down there, run down some of these drivers running through this field. Let's run down our driver highlights and spotlights sitting top of the speed charts, top of the board right now at 43. Trouttville, Virginia, Mitchell Snare. Driver back in the second position out of Pennsylvania. For J. Lester Company, Comsoil. Hammerdown Motorsports driver Nathan Bishop sits in second. The driver running in a close third, 67 of Chris Berg. Dustin Ping right here running well as well for the Indiana Native. Prove that both drivers can turn left and right when they come from Indiana. Looks like our fourth place runner to pit lane, so we'll jump to Jeffrey Vandervoort, who's going to take over that fourth position. That 72 started back on pit road after taking the Blackhawk Motorsports pole award. He has driven himself up to the field. Now he sits in fourth. Rounding out your top five here tonight from Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, the SimSpeedShop.com, SimRacingMerchandise.com, JZI Racing Photo Sponsor, Hammerdown Motorsports, number 8 of Hunter Tate rounds out your top five. Your Mission 22 Hall Charger Award winner right now would belong to that 84 Chris Medford. Medford up 16 positions from where he started tonight's race. Now he runs in 6th. That's going to complete your driver highlights and spotlights. We'll jump around the track once again just a little bit. There you can see that a 69 of Greg Lerman, Jimmy Hendrick, Brandon Medford, not too far off of them. 57 of Dave after some early trouble here trying to put him on pit road for quite an extended time. Every point matters, though. He's trying to get all that he can. Looks to be time earlier tonight with Toyota Supra. Ray Radford gonna finish tonight's race. Back in 27. Chris Berg has had some trouble. What happened to the 67? Let's go check the replay. 67 down into turn number 1. Looks like hot on the brakes. Car just gonna slide. He's gonna lock it up. Dustin Ping gonna go right on by. Well, no harm, no foul, really. Just losing a ton of track time there. You can see Jeffrey Vandervoort able to capitalize. The 72 also getting by. Tough break there for Berger. The drivers are not going to have to come to pit road for fueler tires yet again. Craig Lerman and Brendan Medford have trouble. Oh my, what happened here? Waiting to see if we got that on cue or not. Craig Lerman, Brendan Medford, Damon Cox all caught up involved. Whoa, 57! Ooh-wee, Eric Blount runs all over the tail end of that 57. That could have been bad. We'll check the replay here. 2 almost 3 wide, 83 trying to make his way through. Brandon Medford contact with Lerman. Lerman hard into that outside wall. Medford caught up and involved. There's Damon Cox. He's an innocent bystander. How did Thomas Light make his way through that one? But I tell you who set sail. This man right here, the 48 of Jimmy Hedrick, seen all of that take place in his rear view mirror. He is glad it was in the rear view and not out the windshield. He'll sit rejoining the track live once again. Christopher Spencer right for one of the drivers on the gas and into that outside wall. Spencer running in 15th. Christopher Spencer, they're going to go at it now. It's just back behind them. You can see your race leader trying to put the 41 of Matthew McMeekin a lap down. He's going to succeed in that endeavor. Spencer still leads by quite a gap. Jeffrey Vandervoort gonna come to pit road that time by. That's going to give the field a little bit of breathing room. Can Chris Medford get by? Yes, he does. Brian Snare, Tyler Hilton down next to him. Oh, Eric Blount with trouble in the bus stop. He gets sent around. Blount gonna have to dig the car out of the gravel trap. Right in front of your race leaders. Tough battles going on here. Mitchell Snare able to get by Christopher Spencer. That's going to put that top sheet down. There we can see Thomas Light. I believe that is just off in front. No, that's the 11. Gary Langley trying to keep himself from falling yet another lap down. And here comes Mitchell Snare. Snare going to pull the pit road this time by. Christopher Berg will assume the race lead. Chris Medford, Brian Snare, Tyler Hilton yet to hit pit road. Brandon Medford yet to hit pit road. He's back in the 10th position. Christopher Spencer, Robert Liedell, Matthew McMeekin, and Eric Blount to finish out the drivers yet to hit pit road. Chris Berg crossing the line right there. He's going to take control of this race. He's got Chris Medford not too far off of him. Medford 6 seconds back running into second position, but Mitchell Snare trying to keep himself inside the top 5. Can he stay out in front of this man right here? Jeffrey Vandervoort making his way down into turn number 1. That's going to be what I would assume the battle for the race lead. And Mitchell Snare gets it done. He stays out in front of Jeffrey Vandervoort by over 3 seconds. We'll have to wait to see how these two shake out through the rest of the green flag pit stop as we go back to the front. The 67 of Chris Berg. Now up 20 positions with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award in his back pocket. The 84 of Chris Medford started outside of the top 20. He now sits in second up 20 positions. Chris Medford gonna say he's had enough. Tapping out. He's gonna bring that 84 Ford Mustang to pit road as Chris Medford keeps to save the Tata's Chevy Camaro out there on track in first position. Mitchell Snare gonna slide back in second. Jeffrey Vanderbilt right behind him. Nathan Bishop now in fourth. Dustin Ping rounds out your top 5. Gonna wait for the round of green flag pit stops to cycle through before we start to look at some of the chase implications that we have out here tonight. Biggest implication of them all is the fact that Brian Littleton came into tonight's race tied in 10th. As Chris Berg, you see your race leader coming to pit road. That's going to give the field back to this man right here, the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Jeffrey Vandervoort lurking in the background behind him, just under 4 seconds back. And as that green flag pit cycle finished itself out, as I was saying, Brian Littleton came into tonight's race tied with 2 other drivers in 10th overall points. He's one of those drivers on the outside looking in on the point standings, and he is not here at the track gaining points tonight. That is going to help out his fellow competitors that are on the outside looking in. Let's talk about them just a little bit. Dustin Ping, he's one of those drivers on the outside looking in, and he is sitting right there in the 4th position. Driver sitting just behind him in 5th. There you can see that 8 of Hunter Tate. He is also on the outside looking in, but the man doing the most for his season right now, this man, your race leader, Mitchell Snare, on the outside looking in, and with a race win, he will lock himself in and not have to worry about the points when we head to Auto Club. Fastest lap of the race last time by for your race leader, Mitchell Snare. He'll get around the board with 1:15 of 38, so a qualifying time just about a half a second faster than the race pace here tonight so far. That has got to be a good feeling inside of that 43 car. Nobody in front of you, nobody behind you. You can dictate the pace, run these corners as you wish. You kind of back things up, but there you can see just off in front of him, he's going to run up on some back markers and run up on them fast. And he's going to have to do away with them quickly, because lurking in the background is a fast 72 of Jeffrey Vandervoort. Snare going to go by the wounded 57 of Damon Cox, sitting all the way back in the 25th position, down multiple laps here tonight, missing the front clip on the nose of that 57, but Damon, that's why they call him the Iron Man. He's got the most races, the most laps out of anybody out of NEXTGEN. And whoa, Damon with a big ride. More drivers with some trouble. Brandon Medford, Craig Lehrman with some trouble. We'll take a look what happened between these 2 drivers going into the final turn. And it looked like maybe Lehrman just didn't get the not clear. Clips that 83 just a little bit. They're going to have to keep it stopped until everybody gets by. They'll right the ship and continue on going. With just about 16 laps remaining here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway. And the Snare Dare 40, your race leader Mitchell Snare heads back down into the bus stop chicane, and he is trying to put all the way up to 12th 1 lap down. Jimmy Hetrick in the 48 Chevy Camaro just off in front of him. Last driver listed on the lead lap. And well, as we have a brief little, whoa, Christopher Spencer and Chris Berg. Ooh, that was close. We're going to take a quick commercial break, get a quick little drink here, and get set to run down the rest of tonight's race. Don't go anywhere as we go next gen, side by side. As promised, back trackside. Don't forget to give these drivers a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here at Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the NEXTGEN Racing L.E.C Company Xfinity Series Snare Dare, presented by TCG, right here at Watkins Glen International. Mitchell Snare in the 43 has a hefty lead out to almost a 6-second advantage as you see the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. He has a long trip off track. Tom Wilson, the 14, one lap down. He makes his way through the uphill chicane. Christopher Berg right there. That's a top. Make a push 67. Chevy Camaro slot in that 6th position. He's battling close here with that Ford Mustang piloted by Chris Medford. The 84 has been strong all night long. Making up a spot there. Larson Jr. going to move to that 9th position in that 01 Exalta Chevy Camaro. Larson Jr. had a little bit of a moment in turn 1. He's able to recover and get himself back inside the top 10 half cents in. Let's go back to this battle. I want to keep my eye right here. That 84 of Chris Medford, he was able to get by the 67 of Chris Berg. Gary Ragland with some trouble. 11 has some issues. He goes around. He's going to right the ship and get it headed back in the right direction. And once again, race fans, no full course cautions here at the road courses on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. So if you mess up, if you have a mistake, your troubles are really compounded at a road course. You gotta stay on the biggest thing, you gotta keep it on the pavement. Back at the front of the field, we're going to check back in with your race leader, Mitchell Snare. There you can see him going down into turn 1. And I tell you what, let's ride a lap with Snare. Down into 1, you can hear him getting up through the gears. 2nd into 3rd, now going to stay right there in 3rd gear through this uphill chicane. Goes to 4th, down to 3rd, down to 2nd, 6th, 5, 6, 7 right here on the track into the carousel right here, turn number 8. Sounds like he is running in that third gear, not down there in second. Big blip of the throttle to get the car to change gear. Oh, and he was in second, all the way up to fourth, third, down to second on entry 2, turn number 9. Stays in second for turn 10, final turn. He'll head back to the start-finish line. Let's look at the contrast between the laps between these drivers. Onboard camera shot here with the driver chasing him. Let's go back and ride with that 72 of Vandervoort. Already noticing a very different style between the approach of those two drivers into turn 1. Jeffrey Vandervoort kind of wound it out in third gear and went to second, whereas Mitchell Snare, your race leader, he was in fourth and then downshifted back to third and then into second. So a little bit of a different gearing pattern there going into turn 1. Third back to second now through the bus stop chicane. Looks like Vandervoort, he's going to stay in second gear all the way around this chicane, this carousel as well. Now up to third. All over that chip. Does not shift into fourth. He stays in third, down into second. I'm not sure if that strategy is working out for him right now as he's continuing to lose a little bit of ground. 2. The man at the front of the field leading tonight's race, Mitchell Snare. 10 laps to go for this man, and he can say he has a chance at the championship this year in the Light Electric Company Xfinity Series, brought to you by NEXTGEN Racing, right here each and every Sunday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, as we've said multiple times here tonight, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell on the right-hand side. Gonna check in with our biggest mover of the race. Looks like that 84 of Chris Medford. He's the driver sitting with that Mission 22 Hard Charger award right now, up 17 spots from where he started tonight's race all the way back outside of your top, I believe that's what, your top 20. Started back in the 23rd position, all the way now up into 15. Matthew McMeekin with some more trouble. Damon Cox also with an off-track excursion. He's going to head back to pit road. Join Ryan Wilson on to pit road. Looks like the 28 of Kendall Levron, Chase contender. He's had some trouble here tonight, and he is out of tonight's race. Levron gonna walk away in 25th. You'll notice something too, race fans, something that really just caught my eye. I hadn't really paid too much attention to it all night long, all race long to be exact. Over there on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see that a lot of these drivers that are championship contenders are not here tonight. Only 2 drivers that are championship chase contenders made the trip up here to the Glen. Chris Berg, Kendall Levron, those are the only 2 trying to pad their points lead, getting ready for the chase. And unfortunately for Levron, that's not going to go his way. Chris Berg sits in 6th. Looking around the track, trying to see if we can find some battles out there. No real battles to speak of. Chris Berg slowly starting to close in on Chris Medford. That's going to be for 5th and 6th. We're watching now as Eric Blount makes his way around the track. Thomas Light in the 98 machine that we can see here crossing the start finish line that time by. 8 laps remain here from the Glen. next few weeks. Gonna have some busy racing on hand here for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Next week we head all the way across country to Auto Club Speedway for the Surfing 100 to round out the regular season. Then we will fire things up for Chase Race number 1 all the way over back towards the east coast of the side of the country, the Kentucky Bourbon 100. Right there, Kentucky Speedway gonna kick off the chase. Then we'll have ourselves a little 2-week layoff. Hit the track once again, short track style, baby. Gonna go to Martinsville, July 18th. Finish out the month of July at Pocono Raceway. So a lot of great tracks coming up, a lot of great racing action. Gonna finish out this season here for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. I can't wait to see who's gonna grab this championship, man. When I look through the names of drivers already locked in, it's a who's who of drivers. It's a who's who of champions as well in other series here with Next Gen Racing on iRacing.com. Troy Radford, he's a previous champion. Travis Smith, a dirt track champion. Kendall Lepon, Chris Berg, very competitive year after year, season after season. How about Katie Osmond? He's a former champion. Roy Hyde, also a former champion. Brian Littleton on the outside looking in. He's a former Xfinity champion with Next Gen Racing. So multiple champions, past champions, all mixed up in the chase somehow, some shape or form. And I'm telling you what, this is beginning to gear up and look like one of the most challenging chases for a championship that the Next Gen Racing umbrella has seen. And I can't wait to be at the track giving you all the calls. If you haven't already, can't stress it enough. Toss these drivers a thumbs up. Let them know you appreciate everything they've brought to you here tonight, everything they bring to you each and every week. They hit the track. Go ahead, give these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side, getting notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Jeffrey Vandervoort gonna go around the back marker. He's gonna make his way through the bus stop chicane, try to run down Mitchell Snare, but Snare is gonna have to have a big-time moment for Vandervoort to make up that distance. Over 10 seconds separate that 43 from the 72. Dustin Ping battling with the back marker of Jimmy Hetrick. Hetrick gonna take his ally 48 Chevy Camaro to the outside on the carousel. Allow Ping to make his way through. Robert Hetrick getting by Matthew McMeekin. That's going to be a pass for 19th on the track there. You can see that 14 of Todd Willis. He's trying to get up there and battle for the 16th position on track with Robert Liedell in the 13, just off in front of him. Liedell has a little bit beat up Ford Mustang, but still running good, sitting in 16th. Hi, how you doing? Last time by for your race leader. 5 to go here at the Glen. Runs wide, the 13 almost runs wide. There you can see the 11 also in front of your race leader. Mitchell Snare beginning to run into some heavy lap traffic. leader crossed the line last time by. Ahead of him there, you can see that 43 trying to make his way by. He's got the 13, the 14 line all in front of him. I believe the 11 of Gary Ragland also in front of your race leader, Mitchell Snare. Snare able to get his way by that Full Throttle Motorsports driver of Ragland. So he's going to set his sights on these next two drivers, trying to put lead down. And Willis down. Yet another lap. Both of those drivers being scored just one lap down, trying to keep themselves just one lap down. Going to be a tough task if you ask me. Gordon Larson Jr., how about this 0-1 being able to get by the 45 on Brian Snare, move himself a little further inside the top 10. Gordon Larson Jr. now runs in 8th. Up 18 positions tonight in the Snare Dare 40 presented by TCG, the Ford Mustang 84 of Chris Medford running strong here tonight, up 18 spots. Looks like he'll secure that Mission 22 on Charger Award unless something big happens here. I think he's going to have that pretty much sewed up. Next driver back to him would be Todd Willis, sitting back in the 17th, up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race, but Willis sitting 2 laps down now, so he won't be able to overcome that deficit. Mission 22, our Charger goes to the 84 of Chris Medford. Obstacle sticks last time by for your race leader down into turn 1. He'll make his way back towards that uphill chicane. Only 2 laps to go. Through the final corner, he'll head back to the start-finish line to begin the white flag lap. Al Smith gonna have it in hand. White flag, final lap. 1 to go here at Watkins Glen International Raceway for the NEXTGEN Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series Snare Dare 40 presented to you by TCG. Snare already making his way around turn number 2, 3, 4 now on the uphill chicane. He'll head back down the backstretch and towards the bus stop. Through the chicane for the final time. Snare back around the carousel now, just a handful of turns, and he will complete his first race win of the season, happening right when he needed it, right at the chase edge. Snare gonna slot himself into the championship chase, secure his spot for the win here at Watkins Glen International. Through the final corner now, turn 10 in the bag. This race is in the books. The 43 of Mitchell Snare crosses the line first. He'll capture the flag, capture his first race win of the season. And what a drive for that man on screen. Big time a shout out for everything he was able to get done and accomplished here tonight. And as these drivers begin their cool down laps, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Back trackside at the completion of tonight's Snare Dare 40 right here from Watkins Glen International Raceway. Looks like we've got a few of the drivers ready to go, ready for their post-race interview. So what do you say we get to some of those drivers? Let's see if we can't catch up and have a word or two with the driver walking away with the third spot here tonight. Let's see if we can dial him up. I know I've got his radio. Let's see if we can't talk to that 27 of Nathan Bishop. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Gotcha loud and clear. But how you feeling after a solid third place podium here tonight?
Pretty good. I finished 7th about 4 or 5 times this season and never any better, so it's glad to finally do better than that.
Well, Nathan, the end of the season coming right around the corner. Do you think you've got anything for these drivers when we hit Auto Club next week? Maybe be able to slot yourself into that chase with a win?
With a win, it depends on who shows up. I think I'll have a good point stay if I don't take a speeding penalty on pit road. Auto Club's a pretty good track for me.
All right, well, Nathan, again, congratulations to you and that entire 27 crew with a great run here tonight at Watkins Glen International Raceway. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I think they might be watching tonight. Thank you to the guys at Hammerdown that kind of brought us in at the beginning of the season. And the boys back at the shop building us a rocket ship race car this week.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you again before this year ends.
All right, thanks, Dave.
There you go. Final words from that 27 driver, Nathan Bishop, going to walk away with third on the track tonight. Let's see if we can now catch up and have a few words with the driver that walked away second here tonight. Also walked away as that Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award winner. Let's see if we can't have a quick word here with that 72 of Jeffrey Vandervoort. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
What's up, Dave?
Same old same, man. How you doing?
Tired.
I hear you. Well, first, let's talk about qualifying for you. You walked away with the Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award. How good was that car in qualifying?
It was pretty slippery. It was running better earlier in the week. It was slippery tonight.
So was track temperature an issue, or was it more of a tire wear?
I'd imagine. Been working on the track all week and just seemed a little slick. Kept it together.
Well, my man, you gave us a little bit of an exciting race. You missed the start after taking the pole award,
yes,
and worked your way through the field, man. If it wasn't for you taking the pole, you'd have that Mission 22 Hard Charger award. But man, walk us through what it takes to work your way through the field like you did.
I don't know. You just got to have eyes in the back of your head and hope that everybody stays where they need to stay, as you're making a pass. But I tell you what, Mitchell, he gave me a run for my money. Couldn't catch him. I tried to catch him, I couldn't do it.
Sometimes you just need a little bit more, and tonight just coming up a little bit short. Jeffrey, again, congratulations on the Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award. Walking away with second here tonight as well. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at that 72 shop?
All right, big shout-out to Craig Lerman, keeping this thing running.
All right, my man. Well, we'll see if we can't catch up with you again later on through the week.
All right, we'll see you later, Dave.
And there you have it, man. A few words. Driver walking away with that Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award, as well as finishing in the second position here tonight. That is the 72 of Jeffrey Vandervoort. Let's see if we can't now go and have a quick word or two with the driver that walked away with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. Let's see if we can't dial up that 84 of Chris Medford. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
How you doing?
A little pissed at myself, but I'll manage.
Uh-oh, what happened? What went wrong?
Well, in qualifying, I was sitting about a P4 coming to the last left-hander, and I just looped it. I knew I had a fast car, and then starting in the back just got me so far behind, trying to stay out of everybody's way and not wreck everybody. And then Jeff got behind me. I'm like, well, time to hit the gas. So I started working my way, and I kind of got Jeff about a second, and then so on the front stretch I was going to fourth gear, and I stayed in third gear without even realizing it, and I will hop going into one and duped it. So that really killed the night.
Well, Chris, nothing to really hang your head about. I mean, you did gain 18 spots here tonight. You walk away with the top 5, finished the night away in 4th. You came into tonight's race on the outside, kind of looking in. You're in, but you're not secured in, if that makes sense, to the championship chase with a solid run here tonight. That should pretty much sew things up for you. So how are you and that 84 crew feeling about heading into Auto Club not being locked in?
I mean, same mentality every race. You go in there and give it your best, and then try to beat Dale. I know he wasn't here today, but I think Dale drove for Mitchell. No, Mitchell puts a lot of time in, and the 87 cars, me and him was nose to tail the whole entire race. I feel like if I would have been up there on qualifying, it'd been the same thing. Like me and him talked in the waiting room that he'd pull away from me a couple seconds at the beginning of the run, and at the end of the run is when I really kicked it into gear.
All right, my man. Well, again, Chris, congratulations with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award tonight, up 18 spots from where you started. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, thank you, Dave, for broadcasting. Thanks to Damon and Troy. Troy's on vacation again. Dude's always on vacation. Hope he enjoys it. Shout out to Mitchell on his first win. It's pretty awesome. The kid's pretty special. I keep telling Brian to put him into something, but he won't. So maybe this might let him realize. Shout out to my Falcon Motorsports teammates. They had a heck of a run going on there. I seen Ryan had a pretty good little nosedive and out of the turn 1, so that wasn't the prettiest thing to see. Shout out to some of our sponsors, Lucky Fin Project, Racer Riley, Zoe's Place, just everywhere. All the sponsors, all the causes for everybody that runs them. I mean, it's not just my car; it's everybody's car that has something on there. It's just makes it pretty kick ass. Well, I hope his last race of the season holding the championship. I'm not holding my breath though.
Chris Mefford a little bit down on himself after not having the qualifying session that he would have liked to. Still walks away with that Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. But now on to the man of the moment, the man of the hour, walking away with his first race win inside of that 43 machine. Mitchell Snares, Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, finally got the job done. How good does it feel?
Feels awesome, especially with this spill paint scheme on. Uh, um, Thoughts going out to Dale Osmond's family and everybody. Unfortunately, Miss Linda Annie passed away last year, so I figured I'd run a special paint scheme because she meant a lot to me and everybody else. So.
Always give me some words of encouragement through the chat and things like that in all of our broadcasts. So I know she's looking down, enjoying this moment, watching you get your very first win. And with that being your first win, you're now in the championship chase. You now have an opportunity to run for the season championship. How good does it feel knowing that now you can head to Auto Club without any worries? You can just go after it and go all out and get ready to run for a championship trophy.
Man, it's awesome, especially because we're going out on a big camping trip. So not going to be able to get be there for a couple weeks to race. So I'll be locked in, which is a great weight lifted off of my chest.
Absolutely. Well, it was an absolute pleasure watching you walk away with your first race win, walking away into the Century Equipment victory lane here tonight at Watkins Glen for the Snare Dare 40. Before we let you go, though, Mitchell, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop or at home watching?
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody at Blackhawk. Didn't mean to get into Dustin Ping there. Just misjudged his breaking point. Dale Osmond, everybody, they've pushed me so much. All my sponsors, Visualize Media, AAA Entertainment, Let's Party VA, Diecast by Bobby, our team sponsor, Ohio and Indiana Roofing and Clean Packs. So make sure you go check out all those on Facebook or just ad.com to all those.
All right, my man, Will Mitchell, again, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on making the chase, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit more throughout the rest of this season.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there you have it. Race winner, first time this season. That 43 of Mitchell Snare puts his Black Hawk Motorsports machine in Century Equipment victory lane. He'll lock himself in the chase, and he'll be vying for a championship over the next few weeks. My goodness, how things have changed when it comes to that championship rundown. My goodness, what a race it was here tonight for the Snare Dare 40 from Watkins Glen International Raceway. It looks like producers indeed hitting those buttons. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Snare Dare 40 for the NEXTGEN Light Electric Company Xfinity Series, walking away with the checkered flag first time of the year, the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Jeffrey Vandervoort gonna finish in second. Nathan Bishop rounds out your podium spots. Chris Medford in the 84 up 18 spots. He'll capture the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award tonight. Chris Berg gonna finish right behind him, rounding out your top five. The 8 of Hunter Tate back in 6th. Tyler Hilton walks away in 7th. Gordon Larson Jr. finishing tonight's race back in 8th place. 9th goes to Brian Snare. Jimmy Hetrick in the 48 Ally Chevy Camaro will round out your top 10. Thomas Light brings the 98 home in 11th, while Eric Blount finishes 1 lap down back in 12th. Brandon Medford in 13th. 14th spot tonight goes to Craig Learman. Robert Liedel brings the 13 home in the 15th spot tonight. Todd Willis back in 16th. 17th goes to Christopher Spencer. Robert Hetrick gonna walk away in 18th. 19th tonight goes to Matthew McMeegan. Dustin Ping, after running well early, has some trouble, finishes 4 laps down, rounds out your top 20. Jeff Stiles, Gary Ragland, Tim Woodson, Damon Cox, Kendall Levron, Ryan Wilson, and Ray Radford round out your running order here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway for the Snare Dare 40 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And man, what a race we had. Only one more race before we set the final grid for the championship chase. Who's going to get the job done? Who's going to make it to the championship rounds? We'll have to wait and see at the end of Auto Club next week. If you haven't already, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Push us to the 2,000 subscribers. Tell your mamas, tell your daddies, tell your friends, family. Come on over to Turn 3 Racing Network. And until next time, my friends, with all that being said, stay safe, stay loved. We'll meet you in Turn 3.